Hello, and welcome to today's coffee chat. Our talk today is about a topic near and dear to my heart as a new mother, and that is on sleep deprivation. So, my little darling is 16 months old, and she sleeps through the night sometimes, but not all the time. And chronic sleep deprivation is really a thing. And if you're a new mother, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And you may not be a new mother, but maybe you're the carer of someone who needs your attention in the middle of the night on a regular basis. And it's tough. It's absolutely heartbreaking sometimes. So last night, I happened to get a good night's sleep, but only because I have an amazing supportive partner who took care of our little darling in the middle of the night so I could have some sleep. And while it doesn't allow me to catch up on sleep, it does allow me to feel a little bit better and to be able to manage my day. So today's coffee chat is talking about sleep deprivation and giving you a few tips and tricks on not how you can overcome sleep deprivation, but how you can manage it. And if you're in this situation, as you know, sometimes you can't get away from it. You just actually need to be able to function on a regular basis. So here we go. So you all know sleep deprivation affects you in ways that you can't possibly imagine until you have chronic sleep deprivation. Your judgment goes, your ability to think clearly goes, your memory goes, your patience goes, your moodiness goes up and down, and it's really tough. I'm so meticulous about where I put things or what I do. And I remember the first day that I really realized that I had sleep deprivation. And I went to the grocery store and I drove home, got home, and I thought, oh, where are the keys to the car? We have one of those cars where you push the button to start it. So I didn't actually need to put the key in the ignition. That would have been a lot easier. And I thought, well, where are the keys? And I couldn't find the keys to the car. And I got out, unloaded the groceries from the trunk, and lo and behold, the key dropped from the back into the trunk. And so what I had done is I put the keys on the roof of the car, and they had slid from the roof of the car down the back window and into that little crevice between the windshield and the trunk lid. And they sat there until I got home. And luckily, they didn't fall off. And luckily, the grocery store wasn't that far away from home. But that's what happened. And I thought, imagine if I was driving home and the car just happened to stop because the key wasn't with it. I would have had absolutely no idea where the key would have been and why the car stopped. So those are the types of things that can happen. People tell you stories about they put their phone in the refrigerator or all kinds of crazy stories. But anyway, the car is mine. So some of the things that I've done that help. First of all, I find it really difficult to nap during the day. A lot of people can nap during the day. And if you can, take advantage of it and use that as a mechanism to be able to catch up on a little bit of sleep so that you feel better. That's not something that I can do. But what I can do is I can go to sleep early. So it might be 7:30 at night. It could be 7 o'clock at night. Whatever it is that seems like a ridiculous, absurd hour to go to sleep that early, that's when I go to sleep because that's when I'm tired. And there are studies out there that do show that some of the best sleep that we can get is actually between the time when you fall asleep until midnight. So I took advantage of that and I do go to sleep early even still. Another thing that I do is I exercise early in the morning. So no matter how I feel, I get up and I do a walk, I do a yoga session, I do a run, I go to the gym, I lift weights, I do something to move my body and get the blood moving through my system. And that makes a massive difference. Just the other day, our little Ella Rose was up at 2:30 in the morning. And I fed her, put her back to sleep, got back into bed at 3:30, hadn't fallen asleep yet, and at 4 o'clock, she was up again. And this time she wasn't hungry, but she sounded like maybe she was scared or she just needed my attention. And I'm not about to deprive her of the attention that she's asking for because she's still so little and she's still developing those emotional skills. So at 4 o'clock, I got back out of bed, picked her up, gave her a cuddle, sat there with her, and she fell asleep next to me on the sofa, and I was wide awake reading a book. And so that day, I was up at 2:30. 5:30 came around, Nick woke up, and I went to the gym. It was difficult, but I did feel better afterwards. So you will find if you do some exercise early in your day, it will help you to feel better, even if you're sleep deprived. Another thing that we do extremely well is we share the feeding schedule. Not all the time, but we do share. So at night, Nick might stay up a little bit later to feed her and put her to bed because he's okay staying up. Me, I want to go to bed 7:30, 8 o'clock is my best time to go to sleep. So I get that sleep before midnight. On the weekends, he will take a day or two and he'll take care of her the entire night so that I can catch up essentially from what I have missed during the week. So sharing the feeding schedule, if you have a supportive partner, is absolutely incredible. Another thing I like to do is in the afternoon when I'm feeling especially tired, I listen to some music, I meditate, I just do something to be able to lift my spirits. So find something inspiring. Could be a piece of music, like I mentioned. It could be a podcast. It could be a video series on Netflix. Anything that actually will inspire you, not just something that you watch passively, but something that you watch or you listen to that just lifts your spirits and gives you like that happy feeling. And those types of energetic moments can help counteract the effects of sleep deprivation. Another thing that I've done, which doesn't seem logical, but I find that it actually works. I used to drink a lot of coffee, and I think at one point in time I was drinking 3 cups a day, something like that. And I backed off to decaffeinated coffee. And then recently I've just really been drinking tea. And while it has some caffeine in it, I'd say it reacts in my body a little bit differently than the caffeine in coffee does. And I found by eliminating coffee, I'm not as tired. And I know it doesn't make logical sense because we all believe that when we have caffeine in our system, it gives us a little boost and makes us better, makes us feel better. But in fact, what I've found for myself is that when I cut down the coffee and started drinking tea and water during the day, that I feel less tired, even if I haven't slept a full night. So that's something else you can try to do and see how it works for you. Another thing that we do here at the house is we either burn incense or we burn some type of essential oil just to give the room a little bit of a scent. And that does tend to stimulate the nervous system a little bit and help us feel a little bit more awake, happy, alive, cheerful. So give it a try. Let me know how you go. Take whatever works for you out of this video and let me know what has worked, what hasn't worked. And if you'd like to hear more, just reach out. Let me know how I can help. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Sleep well, and we'll talk again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.